Have you ever wondered why obesity rates keep skyrocketing despite countless diets, fitness trends, and medical advice? The shocking truth may be what doctors aren't telling you, and it could change everything you think you know about weight loss. The shocking truth about obesity, what doctors aren't telling you. Why, despite endless diets, gym memberships, and medical advice, does obesity continue to rise at alarming rates? Why are so many people doing everything right and still failing to see results? These are not just questions of science. They are questions of humanity, frustration, and a deep longing for answers. Could it be that the very advice we've trusted is flawed, or worse, incomplete? Let's ask ourselves, what if obesity isn't merely a matter of willpower? For decades, doctors and nutritionists have presented the calories in, calories out model as the gospel truth. Burn more than you consume, they say. And yet, how many of us have counted every calorie, tracked every step, and still found the scale unmoving? Is it possible that our bodies are not as simple as machines that just need the right fuel and exercise? Could it be that there are other forces, hormones, societal influences, even the food industry, working against us? Is obesity a failure of willpower or a symptom of deeper problems? We've been told to eat less and move more, but is it that simple? Consider the role of hormones like insulin, cortisol, and ghrelin. Insulin resistance, for example, is a precursor to type 2 diabetes and a significant driver of weight gain. When your body's cells stop responding to insulin properly, it triggers fat storage even if you're eating the same amount as someone else who remains lean. Why isn't this central to every obesity discussion? Moreover, stress, a ubiquitous part of modern life, elevates cortisol levels, which can drive cravings for sugary, high-calorie foods. Have you noticed that dieting often leaves you feeling more stressed, more hungry, and more defeated? Is it possible that the very structure of our diets and lifestyles is setting us up to fail? Are processed foods engineered to keep us overweight? Have you ever wondered why you can't stop at just one chip or one bite of ice cream? It's not a personal failing, it's science. The food industry invests billions into designing hyper-palatable foods that hijack our brain's reward centers. These foods are crafted to make us crave more while providing little nutritional value. Why aren't doctors shouting this from the rooftops? Could it be that the obesity epidemic is as much a matter of corporate profit as personal health? Why do we blame the individual instead of the system? Why is it that when someone struggles with their weight, the assumption is that they lack discipline? Imagine if we blamed lung cancer patients for their diagnosis without addressing the role of tobacco companies. Isn't obesity in many ways a similar case of systemic exploitation? From the ubiquity of fast food chains in low-income neighborhoods to the lack of nutrition education in schools, how much of this crisis is beyond individual control? What role do doctors play in this crisis? Why are so many doctors quick to prescribe weight loss medications or suggest surgery, but hesitant to discuss long-term lifestyle changes? Could it be that medical training often focuses on treatment rather than prevention? The average medical curriculum includes shockingly little education on nutrition and even less on the complex psychological and societal factors contributing to obesity. Are doctors equipped to address the root causes, or are they simply treating the symptoms? Is the low-fat, high-carb paradigm a lie? For decades, the medical community promoted low-fat diets as the solution to heart disease and obesity, but was this advice based on sound science or political and corporate influence? As the low-fat craze took hold, the food industry replaced fats with sugar and refined carbs, leading to a surge in obesity and diabetes rates. Could it be that the advice we trusted was not just wrong, but harmful? Why don't we talk about the mental toll of obesity? Obesity isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. Why is it that society shames individuals for their weight while simultaneously bombarding them with unrealistic beauty standards? The mental health impact, depression, anxiety, and disordered eating, can be just as damaging as the physical complications. And yet, how often do medical professionals address this dual burden? What can we do differently? If the current approach isn't working, what needs to change? Perhaps we need to focus less on weight loss as the ultimate goal and more on metabolic health. What if doctors emphasized balanced hormones, reduced inflammation, and improved gut health instead of just a smaller number on the scale? And what about the role of community? Could group-based approaches where individuals support each other in making sustainable changes be more effective than the lonely path of dieting alone? The bigger question: who benefits from the status quo? When you really think about it, who stands to gain from the obesity epidemic? Pharmaceutical companies profit from weight loss drugs and diabetes medications. The food industry profits from cheap, addictive foods. Even the fitness industry thrives on people's desperation to lose weight. Is it any wonder that real, lasting solutions are so hard to come by? Where do we go from here? The shocking truth about obesity is that it's not just about food or exercise. It's about hormones, emotions, industries, and systems that profit from our struggles. But the most shocking truth of all? Change is possible. When we question everything we've been told and start looking at the bigger picture, we empower ourselves to break free from the cycle. So, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue to trust the system, or will you start asking the hard questions and seeking the deeper truths? The answers are out there, waiting for us to uncover them.